Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading is from November 26th when we have the new moon in Sagittarius until December 26th when we have the new moon in Capricorn. As some of you may know, Sagittarius is fire energy and it's ruled by Jupiter. So this is a great time to go on an adventure and explore with your heart. It's also a very philosophical sign, and Jupiter is a planet that brings us good luck as well. Sagittarius is the I Master energy of the zodiac. So this reading will explore what you need to initiate to bring yourself to a higher level of authority or understanding about the world around you. It's a great time to quest for truth, to get a peace of mind, to travel. It's a great time for adventures and for freedom. It's a good time to tackle legal issues, to have faith and optimism, and it's excellent for finding solutions and overcoming excess, which can be excess of thinking, excess of eating, drinking, any sort of behavior that isn't serving you. This is going to be a new moon spread that's meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle. And it's going to show you what you need to learn in order to cultivate and eventually manifest them during this next full moon, which is coming up in Gemini, or the new moon in Capricorn. For those of you that follow my readings, I do new moon and full moon readings for individual signs. And the new moon is an excellent time to set your intentions, write them down, speak them out loud. Just get very clear on what it is you want to accomplish and ask for help in doing so. And some people even bury those intentions outside in the earth so that they can visualize watching them grow. And then the new moon is a great time for release, okay? So this is going to be a 6-card spread. I'm going to pull 5 cards and then look at the underlying energy card, which happens to be Sagittarius here. And also a message from Spirit that you are protected by your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull some oracle cards for some further information for you guys. Okay, so this is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I'm just going to ask that while I'm shuffling the cards and while I'm doing this reading, you guys give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. And I also just want to say thank you for being on this journey with me. It means the world to me, and send a huge virtual hug and a warm thank you and welcome to my new and returning subscribers. I absolutely love sharing these messages with you. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, and your spirit guides have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? What messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this new moon in Sagittarius? Messages for Taurus for the new moon in Sagittarius. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. New moon in Sagittarius. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay. Okay, Taurus, your overall energy is the 5 of Cups. This is this is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy, and this is a sense of real disappointment. You can see this person is shrouded in black, so it's not just disappointment, it's actually feeling emotionally destroyed, being stuck under this black cloud of sorrow, of sadness, of depression. Now, many times this is going to come from the loss of a loved one. It could also be, for some of you, a beloved pet. It could be the breakup of a relationship. It could be that somebody has lost their job. Immediately, I'm getting Mercury retrograde as this being something really important that happened during this period. So remember, Mercury entered retrograde on October 31st, and we've come out of Mercury retrograde very recently on November 20th, but we'll be in the shadow period until December 7th. For some of you, that Mercury, when Mercury is direct for all of us, it's a go, go, go period, and we're moving forward and we're checking things off the list. And we can really see progress. And then Mercury retrograde kind of throws a monkey wrench into some of our plans because it gives us a second chance. Although I see Mercury retrograde as a blessing, a time to meditate, a time to give yourself a second chance, a time to go over issues, past issues, disappointment, sadness, and sorrow, and bring it up to the forefront and heal it and then clear it. Okay? But for some of you, it's good, I feel like it was very, very difficult. Although we did just have that Taurus new moon, so it was deciding, and we were in the middle of Mercury retrograde when that happened, or towards the end. And for the Taurus new moon was really this like earthy balancing energy, as you guys know. And it really made us think about what we want, what we need, and what we desire. And some of us might have realized that we weren't getting those things, okay? And that Mercury retrograde really brought that into perspective for us. There were a lot of sort of, Mercury retrograde can be tumultuous for some of us. Okay, so if this isn't resonating with you on sort of like a super emotionally destroyed level of sort of losing a loved one or a major breakup, it has some sort of shakeup that has really created a little bit of emotional chaos, sadness, sorrow, disappointment, anxiety here. Now, I am using the After Tarot, and the After Tarot takes the original Rider-Waite images and shows us what would happen a few seconds or a few minutes after what we're accustomed to seeing. And here, this person is so sad that they can't see that somebody else is drowning here. Okay, and so this is sort of a message from Spirit that also we do need to come out of this and see what's going on around us. Okay, it's going to be very important to us. Now, underneath that, I do have the Ace of Pentacles, and I've got the Ace of Cups, and I have the Nine of Wands, okay, and I have another Ace. So I'm seeing there may have been a new beginning that may have created happiness at some point in time. It could be a relationship. I'm getting also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is really important. So that could just be you, or it could be somebody you're dealing with, or the energies in your surroundings. The Nine of Wands card is telling me this is something you really fought hard for. So it could have been a relationship that had a number of ups and downs, or that you were involved in for a long period of time, or you put a lot of time and energy into. Okay, but there may have been sort of a loss of love, or you may have, one or both of you may have changed directions. And I'm feeling like maybe in Mercury retrograde or sometime in the recent past that there was some sort of separation. For some of you, it would be the loss of this person, okay, that they may have passed on. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, so that could definitely represent, again, Taurus. It could have shaken your sort of stability and your foundation. For others of you, it's not necessarily a person, but it's going to be a job, or it could be your health that is sort of in peril at the moment that has you feeling a little bit down. Now, the first card out is where you are right now, Taurus, and this is beautiful energy because this is strength. Again, for some of you, I'm really getting the message that you may have lost a beloved pet, okay, because we do have this woman hugging the lion, and it's sort of an image I was receiving earlier, and for that can be just as painful as losing a member of the family, okay? But I do see that you are standing in your strength. This is Leo energy, and this is an interesting word. This figure 8, or the infinity symbol, is actually called a lemniscate. And a lemniscate is our connection to the divine and our ability also to manifest. As long as we can find that inner strength and that inner calm. I'm also getting the importance of your solar plexus chakra for those of you who do chakra work. Really setting your boundaries, using your free will. Remember, Leo is the sign of I will. Okay, and we're in Sagittarius, which is I will master. So I'm getting my Taurians out there. You guys are strong, even though you're experiencing this sadness and this depression and maybe a shakeup of your finances or your stability somehow, or a relationship, that you are finding your inner strength despite what might be going on around you. And that's really, really commendable. Now, what's blocking you from growing, or what you need to do, what you need to leave behind? This is the Chariot, and the Chariot is the symbol of Cancer. Now, Cancer is, so it could be a Cancer person that's blocking you. You may also have Cancer energy in your chart. And, as a water sign, I'm a water sign, so I can speak freely without offending. But water signs, sometimes we can get really stuck in our emotions. And we can also, not all of us, not all the time, but, there can be a tendency to be, to get very sad, get very stuck in an emotion and sort of go down a rabbit hole and on a downward spiral. Okay. And I'm getting that this is something, this emotion, there's a time for grief and you must grieve, and you can't skip the steps in the grieving process, but you can't try to push it under the rug either. Okay, I'm getting that some of you might be just trying to work and sort of ignore the sadness and the sorrow. For others of you, you're really sort of embracing it, but Spirit is saying time is up. It's time to sort of come out of this. These clouds are going to part, but you also have to be proactive in parting those clouds, okay? The Chariot is the Fool stepping into the Chariot, and at this point, and I apologize if this makes any of you uncomfortable, but here he's holding this wand, and in the regular Rider-Waite deck, he's holding the wand up in the air as a symbol of potency and power, okay, like a phallic symbol. But here you can see the wand is pointing down. It's kind of flaccid. He hasn't quite stepped into his power. He's just sort of like, he's gotten into the Chariot. Originally, these guys are the Sphinxes or the horses. They're two opposites. So he had to figure out how to get them moving, how to use all of his strength and his will to get them to move in the same direction, because they want to be in opposite directions. And this is also, however you want metaphorically, the struggle between the good and the evil within, the light and the dark sides, etc., etc. And it's really trying to bring those together to form balance and to move in a direction, and in the direction of your soul's purpose. Okay, so that's something that you have to you have to step into your power. You have to get this Chariot moving. Okay, you really have to move forward. You have to move beyond the sadness and the sorrow. It doesn't mean that if you've lost someone or if you've lost a dear pet, that you lose their memory or you sweep it under the rug. But there's a healing process, and we all sort of have to initiate that. If it's the loss of a job or, your financial stability or a breakup or something like that, it is all about also, you have to get back into the day-to-day things. You have to step into your power. You've got to move. This is a very, very powerful energy card, and it's very awesome because it's happening during Sagittarius, which is all about journeys, adventures, travels. So they can be metaphorical or they can be literal. Yes, I love this for you guys. The Six of Wands is what intentions you need to set in order to grow. You have to also realize that you are going to be successful at whatever it is you do. All right, you just need to come out of, you need to heal the sadness or sorrow. And it doesn't mean it all gets healed in one day. You need to take that first step. Okay, is the message here. You need to step into your strength. I get that you're being strong here. Okay, but it's, it's a long process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but you have support of people around you. This is, this is your family members. This is your soul tribe. This is your like-minded people, your friends, your family, your pets, your other pets. Okay, anybody of these like-minded individuals who love you and support you. This is also a message from Spirit that your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, and your spirit guides, they're all surrounding you and they're pushing you towards a great victory. So you should be optimistic. For those of you that this is a love relationship, this could indicate that there is a reconciliation on the horizon, or that somebody new is going to come into your life that's going to love and support you the way you need to be loved and supported. Okay, the fourth card out is what knowledge you need to gain in order to manifest your intentions, and this is the Page of Pentacles. This is also an indication that you're starting out on a journey. The Page of Pentacles is the most prepared page in the deck. It can speak to a younger person. You could look at somebody who has, completed their education or is on, starting their education, but somebody, who has educated themselves. Now, this can be higher education. It could be, starting a course. It could be an online course. It could be, PhD program. It could be high school. It could be anything that somebody is starting this learning process. And they're crossing all their I's. They're dotting their T's. They've taken a copious amount of notes. They have all of their notes in those really beautiful little plastic inserts and with the little tabs and everything all really organized. And they're all ready and set to go. So I'm getting for some of you, for example, you might have been doing some sort of like Reiki or massage therapy training, and you've done all of that you can on the books, but now it's time to really put that into practice. Okay, and that's what you need to gain. You need to gain this knowledge, or you just need to finish that planning and that studying phase, and then you need to step out and start getting that life experience. Okay, for those of you that this doesn't resonate as far as a course is concerned or studying, you can take this metaphor and apply it to this healing process, because remember, Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn also speaks to healing, physical and emotional, and it can also speak to your abundance and your wealth. So with this King of Pentacles here in reverse, I'm really seeing there was a shakeup of finances or of stability, or it could just be you, Taurus, who feels like they've been turned upside down by events, but it's time to take that beginner mind and start the process. There's a blessing here with this pentacle. This seed has been planted, okay, and now it's time for you to really start to learn how you can cultivate it, okay? And then the positive energy that will emerge during this phase, this is absolutely one of my favorite cards in all of the decks. It's the Nine of Pentacles, more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And this Nine of Pentacles speaks to independence. You're no longer codependent. This is you in your garden, in your paradise, reaping the benefits of everything that you've created. You're happy on your own. You're happy with what you've done. You're happy with what's going on. You're happy with, the journey that you're taking. Maybe you guys took a big risk and it looked like a Mercury retrograde, like things were, falling, they were imploding, they were, crashing down on themselves, but you'll end up seeing that this was actually through your strength and through your will, okay, and through support and following the signs and synchronicities of your angels and your ancestors and your spirit guides, that you were able to really push through. This is something that doesn't happen overnight. It's sort of a long-term process. When we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have, investment and, going back and really nurturing this idea, this relationship, or this process of healing. And this is you being completely fine on your own. It's alone, but not lonely. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you won't be joined with, it doesn't mean that you won't be in a relationship, or that, if you're in separation and you're looking for reconciliation, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be on your own. It just means that you're going to be comfortable on your own with another person. So creating some sort of independence within that relationship. Now, I love to explain this card because I love new words and I love words and learning new things. But this glove is called a gauntlet. And in the regular Rider-Waite deck, she's wearing the gauntlet and she has her messenger bird, her eagle, or her hawk, or whatever it might be, and she's holding on to it. Here she's dropped the gauntlet. This is a bird that has taken a long time to train, okay? And it's really scary because you could let this bird go and it might not ever come back. But it's also that law of detachment, and it's like, if this is a relationship, it may be that you had to let this person go and they might come back to you healed, or it's opening up the door for something new and better to come into your life. But you can see she's not really concerned, because actually she knows how it's going to turn out. She knows in her deepest self, and her connection with her highest self, that she doesn't have to worry about this bird. This is also a message that she's sending, a message of her strength and her power. Okay, and she's so detached from the outcome that, deep down she knows that it's going to turn out for her best. I love that. I love that for you, Taurus. This is a really nice reading. And I feel like, you guys have been experiencing something that's been very sad, very disappointing, very upsetting. And depression, anxiety is real. It's a hard thing to go through. All right, but you guys are strong. And there's victory at hand, yeah, and abundance and health and well-being. I'm going to pull some energy oracle cards for further messages for Taurus. So what messages do you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the full moon in Sagittarius? What messages do you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Okay, attachment. Yes, was I not just talking about that? And we have 2 5s coming out. Remember, 5s are about conflict, they're about movement, they're about fluctuation. Okay, so I really want you to think about what I was saying here about her being detached from the outcome here. For those of you who are working with law of attraction, you know that that's sort of the final step to manifesting what you want and what you need. Look at that. And then we have 50 coming out, another 5, but then we also have the Strength card. Whoa, loads of synchronicity here, you guys. Okay, and then yes. Okay, so I'm going to start here with this detachment card. So again, we have 5 here. We have 5. I can't help but notice we also have these Roman numeral 5 here and 5 here. 5s are really important here, okay? 5s, again, they're conflict, their sadness, their sorrow, their changes, their fluctuation. All right, and this person here, she's attached to this pole, but we're not really sure if she can walk away or not. And she's wearing a mask, but she's decided to unmask herself, be true, and also step away from any codependent behaviors. We see that here in the Nine of Pentacles. She's no longer codependent. She's independent. She stands on her own in her happiness and and everything that she has created. She's used her strength and her will to get where she wanted to go. Now we have the Strength card coming out 2 times. Again, I am seeing that this might have to do with a guardian angel or a spirit guide that may be an animal or a loved one who's passed on, or recently you guys have lost a pet that has created some sadness and sorrow. That's just going to resonate with a few of you. Okay, but here again, we have this Leo energy, and then we have the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is your heart chakra, opening up your heart to love, okay, and healing. There's a lot of healing going on here, and you're just becoming less attached to the sadness and sorrow. It's no longer defining you, and you're standing in your strength. This is a very, very nice reading. All right, in honor of Sagittarius, I'm pulling a Sacred Traveler card for you guys. So messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay. Begin now. Take your first step. Yep. So take your first step to healing. Again, that's resonating so much with what I was saying about the Chariot card. Okay, it's time to start that journey. Time to kick it off. Vast vistas, expand your horizons. Again, that Chariot energy coming on, learning and growing and moving. Remember that we need change to evolve. Okay, we cannot stay stagnant if we want anything to change. Okay, and sometimes we try and we fail, and sometimes we try and we succeed, but as long as we turn them all into learning opportunities, then we are money, Taurus, okay? But wow, there's so much strength around you guys. And I feel like something happened in this last Taurus full moon where you were able to sort of prioritize. Okay. Okay, yeah, very nice. So the first card out here is gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents, and I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. Yes, so remember that you guys are constantly, you're on a path to happiness, no matter what universe throws your way, no matter what life throws your way, whether, not everyone and everything is meant to be in our lives for the whole time, and that can create a real shakeup. This can also be with our finances. There are ebbs and flows, there's fluctuation, okay, there's sadness, there's loss of love, or we lose our loves. We're not meant to be with everyone and everything all the time. Okay, some people and some animals and our soulmates, etc., are meant to be with us just for a short period of time, and some others are meant to be with us for longer periods of time. So be grateful for the experience that you had with these people. If this is a breakup and it's somebody that there's no reconciliation with, just be thankful for the experience and take it as a learning and growth experience. But remember that, being happy is means that you're on the right path. And I see that you guys are starting this path to happiness and healing. But remember, you do have to detach from these feelings of sorrow. You have to take the first step to healing, okay, which is also recognition. And then you have to clear these emotions and use all of your inner strength and rely on the people and your soul tribe, okay, when you need to. If you need a shoulder. And then finally, we have bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries, okay? So the cleansing water is going to be very, very good for you guys. For those of you that can't get near a body of water or don't live near a body of water, although I'm seeing it coming out here, water, 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 okay? Some of you might be traveling over water or to a place like to a beach or to a lake house or something like that. But this is going to be very cleansing and very healing for you. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, Taurus. I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something you like to do. And I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful new moon in Sagittarius.